I'm Mark Williams for PickupTrucks.com, and we're here in Ocotillo Wells where we're testing the Ford SVT Raptor against the Ram Runner. The first time anywhere that these two have collided in head-to-head battle. And the best way we know how to do that is to get the best professional driver we can. And that person is Chad Ragland. He's here with us today, and he's going to be our hot shoe behind the vehicle. Chad, thank you very much for being here.
Thanks, I'm honored to be here. It's my pleasure.
So how much experience do you have with either of these two trucks?
To be honest, I've got quite a bit of experience in a Raptor. Obviously, I've been out longer and around, for a longer period of time, and I've got some time behind the wheel. I've spent some dirt miles in them.
Excellent, and the reason you're here is obviously because you have got amazing experience in Best in the Desert and in SCORE Desert Race.
I've got a few desert races underneath my belt.
Well, Chad, what do you think the best way to test these vehicles is?
Well, what we've done out here, and I think it's going to be the best and the fairest way to test them, is to build a loop that's got varying terrain from sand to rock to whoops, hills, good combination of everything. Put the trucks out there on a time course, on a stopwatch, and record some data, and we'll just collect it all at the end and, give our opinions and maybe crown a champion.
Well, let's see how they both do against each other.
All right, so we'll go into four-wheel here. Sandy hill. All right, so we're back into two for the graded roads here. A lot of braking bumps on the suspension. Definitely being on the brakes stiffens that front up. The whole vehicle, really. Which is something that we deal with even in the trophy truck. Obviously, we need the springs for the big holes. There, that was good. I could really feel the front move, and you could feel the dampening in it. Yeah, see, even there, that was nothing. Pretty good, pretty good. That's pretty impressive. That's big. Yeah, I mean, that's a monster bump, exactly. I mean, that's show me another truck that can do that. I can feel four-wheel drive pull more. I'd like to see what the ratio between the front and rear split is. And I think that's that new, what do you say, a Torsten front differential? I can feel that. It's pulling more with that front when the rear is sliding. And the reason I can feel is because the steering gets slower, and that might be what I feel in the steering, is the front just pulling more, because the more you have pulling, steering is going to get slower. Or at least feel like it's getting slower. Yeah, the ratio's technically not changing. I think body roll on both the trucks is pretty minimal. I don't feel a lot of chassis roll, which is nice. But also because of the springs now, I do feel more swapping of weight side to side. Well, the trucks have to be driven differently and stuff like this. that, we didn't even lose suspension. That was the front skid plate hitting first. I think we're gonna need to make some disclaimers on this, not to drive this like this at home.
All right, Chad, now that you've had a chance to take both vehicles to their limits, give me some of your thoughts about the SVT Raptor.
You know, as I was telling you earlier, I don't think this is such a apples to oranges, more just maybe, you know, Fiji apple and a Granny Smith or something, because both trucks have their strengths and maybe slight weaknesses. The Raptor out of the box is a really, really good handling truck. On anything, you know, off-road, medium, hit, size bumps, it's great. It really, really takes it well. I think it's sprung real comfortably. Shocks work really well. It handles, the wide stance is wonderful. You want to get a little bit gnarly where you're starting to get into a rhythm whoop section, the holes are deep. That's where you see the Ram Runner really kind of take lead, just because it's got stiffer springs on it, more suspension, and more ground clearance. The truck sits higher. So I think it's really hard to compare. One's going to be probably a better everyday driver. Maybe that's your Ford. You're going to be off-road every day. You're going to take the Ram.
So this is our duel in the desert comparison. We'll have all the data, all the information spelled out at our story, the full story and extra videos at pickuptrucks.com.
Check it out.